Okay, so we're at the passenger side wheel well. And I would say that I did some work in here, and it looks like I did some work in here because you can see a little bit of imperfections, and that's just because I added metal in there to take out all the rust. And that, I don't know if that's like a little bit of, I think it's just a little road tar on the paint or something like that. So a little, the hinge is scraping just a little bit, and the one hinge back here scrapes a little bit and knocks the paint off. And actually I have both the leftover paint for both the white and the yellow. So you can see in here there's a couple spots where it's not perfect, and that would have been where I cut it out because there was rust. There's a little spot at the base of the nose. It's really hard to see. But in there, you can't really see it with your eyes, but if you feel it with your finger, you can feel it because there was some rust in here, and I cut that out and replated it. This area I bought from Classic Fab, about 4 inches up. That's all new because I put the Safari windows in, and the original windows it holds the water in the rubber seal. And I don't any of these split buses, they're all rotted away there. It wasn't particularly bad, but it wasn't worth fixing. There was rust holes. Open up the door. So like I said, these aluminum panels, they fit exactly the same way that the regular like fiber trim panels would fit. So you just unbolt this. You'd have to either remove the speaker or drill a hole for the speaker, and you can just put another panel in there. And then the same with the front. This is exactly how the original panels mount. So everything underneath here is painted. You can probably just kind of catch an eye. It's a little dirty up here, but it's all painted underneath there, so you're not going to run into any trouble there. This is for the stereo. This is the on-off for the stereo. There's a amplifier up here, and then there's just a cable. You just plug into the headphone plug on a cell phone, and then you just control the whole stereo system from there. Blinkers work, all the electric works, the gas gauge works. I don't think it's perfectly accurate, but it works. The Safari windows are good. The roof vent is all in working order. There's absolutely no rust up here. We can pull that up. It's just dirty underneath, but this has got a really good coat of epoxy on it. We'll go around to the other side. It's all new rubber. There's no old rubber on the thing at all. Everything is new. All the door seals, window seals. I think the paint is really nice. It's not perfect. You can see there's some orange peel in it. Like, I think somebody probably could wet sand it and get it to glow a little bit more, but it's good enough for me. We'll go around to the engine. We can open this up. Same thing, that panel, all the panels, like you can see, this is the same cut line for the original fiber panels they would put in here. So if you just decided, even if you could always paint this stuff too, but if you just didn't like it, I think you can get the panel kits on the Samba. New seals. That door works really good. It's in good shape. The engine compartment. This apron is a reproduction apron, and it's not great, but it's the only one available. See, it doesn't really fit right, but I don't know. It's not that bad. I couldn't find an original one that was worth working with. So here you can kind of see, if you look really close, the cut line from where I put the bottom rockers in. See that, and that stitch welds, that the bus was just cut right off. I cut it off, and then this is all new metal here, butted up against the old metal with no rust. That's the same on both sides, but that side is the battery, so you can't see it. The battery's still, just held in place with the original hold down strap. New regulator, high output alternator. The engine maybe has 1,000 miles on it. It runs great. It runs really good. I have the original church key to get in there. It's got a new gas tank. I didn't mess around with the old gas tank. The whole fuel delivery system is new. The rear suspension is all rebuilt. Let's see, I didn't open this door yet. And here's something that we talked about on the phone too, is that the jams have a little bit of overspray in them, which, you know, if you just decided on a color change, I still think it's easier this way, so you don't have to worry about painting the whole cab. You could get away with, you know, just if you just wanted it on a whim, pretty cheap, you could get the thing resprayed and change the color. We'll lift this mat up. There was a little bit of deterioration on that seal holder there, but it just wasn't worth it to me to fix it. It's just all it does is hold the door seal in place. Again, so this floor has a replacement here. There's a stitch line there. That was like that when I got it, and I think he did a pretty good job, so I didn't touch it. This would be the heat pipe. There's a flapper there that shuts it off or turns it on. That's all just fine. You can see those are the cables for the amplifier. I don't know if I can get you to actually see that. It's pretty small and tucked in there. This is a little bit of a bummer. These little plastic things cracked. I guess, I don't know if I have to buy a new one or just try to find different ones. So sometimes it's a pain to get that stuff that's good. Behind the seat, it's all, I mean, there's a little dirty back there from the horse hair and the seats, but there's no rust or anything. That's where the spare tire would go. I have a spare rim, but there's no tire on it. Here's the data plate. Let's see if I can get you to see that. It's got 3-point seat belts in it. Not that that would actually do anything in an accident, but it's got them. Try to get that data plate. So there it is. That's the original data plate. So here, looks like the door hit and it chipped the paint. The metal's right underneath there, so there's a little bit of rust and there's a little bit of crack in the top, like filler there. Let's see, it's pretty small. That's like the size of my fingernail. Otherwise, let me drop it down some more. That's another 7 minutes. I'll do another video.